Michael and Goodrich, is that kind of a fluid situation as to where you anticipate they'll be in the position-wise?
Yeah, just, you want to see what their coverage ability is, how much they can pick up off, what they were able to do during the course of the summer, and some of the material that we were able to send them during the course of the spring, see what their knowledge base is, and how that transitions out to the field, how fast they're able to play. And again, we're a man-to-man team on defense, so you want to recognize that first, and then you see where their instincts and their natural ability to play with their eyes and some of our zone concepts too. We know a little bit more about Kyler. We've recruited him a long time and got in on Mario a little bit later. But knowing again the level of play that Kyler comes from, and I love that he played. He's every bit as good of a running back as he is a DB, and he's elite as a DB. And so I love the instincts and the decision making that that position requires, and the skill set as well. So I think those are all things that'll transition with him. And then Mario was a physical guy that probably there's a lot to learn for him, a little bit more I should say, for Mario to learn scheme-wise, because we're just going to throw a lot at him. And but he's a competitive, tough kid that loves to play, and so they're going to get thrown in the fire. Their ability to transition quickly is going to really help us, if they're able to do so.
Coach, when you realize your starting defensive line is coming back and you hear that for the first time, what was that reaction like, and what's the luxury of having all those guys back in the fold to teach them the next generation?
Yeah, for me, I don't ever really get too excited. I don't get too low, and I don't get overly excited. Every year I treat the same, whether we have everybody coming back or we got nobody coming back. And I'm just a very systematic, disciplined in my approach, and you got what you got. I'm excited. At the same time, I am excited about their leadership, their experience they bring back, and their ability to, because of who they are as people, I know how selfless they are. I know their work ethic that they're going to bring to the table. Just having a 3-year, window to look at, and what they've been able to bring to the table from those standpoints. I anticipate that nothing will change that way. And those are all, great things to start from. They're obviously tremendous football players, great leaders, and again, they really value putting that paw on. And I think that's important to them, that it's not about them. It's always been their whole career about, Clemson and the brand, their teammates, this university, and the importance of representing it the right way. And sometimes, and it hadn't happened much, but sometimes guys decide to come back their last year, and it's all about them and what everybody owes them. And I have no reservation in saying that this is not going to be the case with this group of guys. It's a group of guys that got tremendous character and integrity and great focus. And I think as much as anything, they have a sense of humility to them. They know they've got X, Y, Z to get better at and to improve on. And again, I think it's important to them that they do a great job as leaders and have a great legacy here.
Brent, what's it going to be like having your son here this year?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. He and I had a talk a few months back about you get to the football facility on coach, and for him it's going to be very effortless, and for me as well. And he's a very disciplined guy. He understands what standard is and the work ethic that it takes and what a commitment is, and my only concern is that he's able to have some fun, and don't be overboard, and just have some fun, man. Enjoy college. It's the best time of your life, and take a deep breath and just give it your best shot every day. But I'm really looking for, very blessed beyond what I deserve to be able to coach your own son and being part of this journey with him, in a whole other level in regards to, being able to look behind the curtain, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their own way of dealing with their children, but did you look at how Coach Sweeney dealt with Will last year?
Sure, absolutely.
When planning out how you and Jake.
Yeah, you're always paying attention to those types of things. Not just him, but there's other coach-son combos out there, and you're always paying attention. At least I am, and trying to learn what to expect and, how to take a deep breath yourself and those types of things. So it's I'm really excited.
So speaking of fun, how much fun are you going to allow Christian Wilkins to have as far as moving him around in different positions?
We'll just do what we've done with him. Christian's been a tremendous player and leader for us. I think he's shown his ability to play multiple positions. We're talking about safety, just across the front. And he's a jumbo guy that can do a lot of things. And if and when we need to, we'll put him in a position when the matchups are there. And he also gives you depth in case something happens, from an injury standpoint. Probably a group of guys that can go play at a winning level, no doubt. I think I got a bunch of guys that I think are co-starters. I don't know where the mix-up was, but after the spring, Trey Lamar should have been. It should have been Kendall Joseph, Trey Lamar, J.D. Davis, Jamie Skowski, Chad Smith, along with Isaiah and Jalen out there. But I think I got a bunch of guys that are capable of being starters, and I think it'll be, for the first time, maybe other than Kendall, that it'll be a week to week, how you perform. And guy that has the best week of practice will be the start of that week. But guys that are playing starter snaps, if they're not, if they don't start the football game,
talk about having an extra coach out there, Coach Hall, this year.
Yeah, it's great. I thought our guys did an unbelievable job a year ago. Coach Bates coming, last year and having to coach all four guys and learn the system is kind of like the Chinese national coach that doesn't know Chinese, and he has to coach all those players, and because he had to learn a whole new language, and let alone learn the players and their strengths and weaknesses and how you do drill work and all those things. So I thought Zach Alley and Zach Fulmer, our two on-the-field graduate assistants, did an unbelievable job. Along with Coach Bates at game planning, week in, week out, teaching, developing, all of those things. They did a great job, and Todd leading the way. And without those two GAs, we couldn't have done it. So that being said, Lemansky's sitting there just chomping at the bit, waiting for his opportunity to get out there and start coaching. And he's going to do a great job. He brings a wealth of experience and at both college level and the NFL level, and has been around our guys. I think this will be maybe his fourth year, and so he'll have a great comfort level stepping out there, carrying over from the spring.
Brent, I think you touched on it. The linebackers, I guess the depth chart the way it was is not exactly
anything to me. I didn't like hand it to somebody.
I mean, it's going to be pretty much like none of those.
Trey Lamar started 7 games for us, was outstanding. J.D. Davis came in and did a terrific job. Jamie Skowski came in and did a terrific job. Chad Smith, every time he gets in, he makes plays. Jalen's been in at crunch time over the last 3 years, and Isaiah has shown nothing but playmaking ability and disruptiveness in his role since he's been here. So Kendall's been the model of consistency. He was banged up, last year, and when he had to go out, guys stepped up. So I feel great about again our quality of the play with the group of guys that we have.
Is Kendall the guy?